Yo, what's going on, YouTube? Today I wanted to talk about a trip I took and more importantly about cutting out the noise. That's absolutely what this trip was for. Um yeah, I took a just a little weekend trip to Key West. I flew in Friday and I'm finna fly back out today because I got school on Monday. School and work tomorrow. But yeah, man, this weekend was really to step back, you know, cut all this noise out of my ear. Feel what I'm saying? Speak to the Lord, bathe in his presence. And it's very beautiful. It's absolutely necessary. When I say cutting out the noise, I don't necessarily mean just sensory depriving yourself, because though that does work for some people, that's not what I mean at all. I mean more as taking a step back from everything so that you can hear the Lord's voice. And you cannot confuse that with isolation, because isolation is something completely different. You taking a step back and bathing in his presence, talking to him, listening for his calling, listening for him to speak to you, there's nothing wrong with that. Isolation in itself is something completely different, where you are deliberately avoiding everything and everybody. So whenever I talk about cutting out the noise, and I talk about how I just flew all the way down to Florida, got me a own room, and honed down on the Lord, which is nothing but a blessing at 18. I'm so beyond grateful that I'm even able to be put in a position where I can do that. But to let go of all the stuff that is negatively affecting you in your life, or that is weighing you down or pulling you away from God. Take that time to cut that noise out. Because let's be completely honest, if you got some AirPod Maxes, let's just keep it a buck. If you got some AirPod Maxes on and somebody standing right here speaking to you, but you looking this way, you wouldn't even know they was talking. The noise cancellation be too good. You feel what I'm saying? How you supposed to hear God if you got all this outside noise around you? This goes deeper than music, because you can have good noise as well. You can have all these Bible studies. You can have all this worship music. You can go to church once a day if you really want to. But can you hear God? Can you have a conversation with the man? And that's what I come to whenever I say pull back. Don't pull back negatively. Don't go cold turkey on all your friends and family, but step back in your mind. You know what I'm saying? Like, really take time to self reflect, because, again, in this trip, even in this trip, the midst of the world is just hitting you like all over the place. It's just coming at every single angle. And it gets hard. It gets very hard. It gets so incredibly hard. Even on a trip where I'm cutting the noise out, I'm supposed to be cutting the noise out. I can't walk down the street without there being all this negative stuff that catches my eye, that I know I don't need, but that catches my eye, because I'm a human being and I have flesh. But still, I take that time to step back, because the world is going to keep being the world. But me, I got to listen to a voice that's far greater than the world. And the sad part about that is he speaks a lot softer. The Lord speaks a lot softer. He's very deliberate, and he places his words very intricately. Make sure that they get tattooed on our hearts. But we got to be willing to listen. You know, even in the Gospels, we take Jesus for an example. After he feeds the 5,000, I got Mark pulled up. So after he feeds the 5,000, Mark 6:45, immediately Jesus made his disciples get into the boat and go on ahead of him to Bethsaida while he dismissed the crowd. After leaving, he went up on the mountainside to pray. Take a man who leaves a crowd of people that he just fed. All these people who are looking towards him, looking up to him. And he has no pride in his body. No pride whatsoever. He's able to leave the 5,000, dismiss them. It's time for y'all to go. It's time for me to go. But what he doesn't do is hop to the next 5,000 just so he can receive some more praise. But instead, he goes to a mountainside and he prays to the Father. That tells you all you need to know in itself. You feel what I'm saying? Jesus is our role model. Even he had to take a step back from the crowds. He had to take a step back from the crowds and just talk to the Father. Cut all this noise out. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what that looks like to you, but I definitely know that there's noise in each and every one of our lives. My fault, y'all. Phone over here. But like I was saying, that's not to say that all the noise in your ear is negative. However, you do know whenever you need to take some time because the Lord always places that on your heart. Whenever everything feels like it's piling up and it feels like you can't handle it no more, you got to look towards Him. You can only willpower your way through it so much before you break. You can only willpower yourself through it so much before you just snap. And I say this because you need to catch on early. Take that time, step back. I'm getting spiritually attacked right now. Step back. I'm going to take a step back from all of this. I'm not going to give up on my responsibilities, but I'm going to mentally take a step back and look up. Look up to the one who is not going to fail me. Who's going to grab my hand whenever I'm troubled, whenever I'm drowning. He's going to come pick me up and pull me out of that water. Cut the noise out and just listen for a voice. And I promise you, it'll just help so much. But yeah, this trip, I will say, wasn't exactly what I was expecting. However, it was very refreshing at the end of the day as well. I'm just in God's creation, God's beauty, and I'm just listening. Just listening. I've had my phone on D&D the entire time. I'm still answering my texts, but just listening. Trying to stay out of it. Be content in my moment and where I'm at. So yeah, that's really what I got. Um, I love y'all. I love y'all. Take that step to the mountain if you need to. You feel what I'm saying? I'm gonna be praying for each and every one of y'all.